Dan.
Let's have a cheers.
Cheers.
And I'll have my honorary fight week sniff. Oh, that does smell good though. It's been too long.
I won't be drinking too much.
Because you're fighting as well.
I know, I haven't really put that out there because I feel like...
You haven't put that out there. That's the fun of it. Everyone knows you're fighting. You get that added pressure.
But I feel like the pressure is, and that's where I don't thrive. You know, you're a guy who's
Well, you don't know. You haven't been in the situation yet. But that's like the true beauty of it. You get to find out. You get to find out what you're made of.
well, in an X amount of days, I'll let you know. But
I'm watching live.
I don't know if it's even being shown live. I'll have to send you a stream.
You'll have to send me a stream.
Right.
I'll be watching live, and I'll be very drunk.
If you just wait
your fight.
If you wait 6 minutes, I'll be really drunk too. I'll be right out of the door and do it. How, I know like at this point, you know, you got a weight cut literally about to do it, so you basically heard all questions that there is. How upset were you that you flew all this way to a press conference, I asked you a question, and the next time you got asked a question, Alex, who hasn't said a fucking word all week, decided to cut you off and have a go at Izzy?
I'll live, because to be honest, I couldn't hear a fucking word anyone was saying. Even when you asked a question, I could get every second word, and I was just like, all right, I can get an answer out of this.
Well, it's funny when I went, and here's the question with Dan Hooker, you went, ha,
Yeah,
and then I
I
just asked you some bullshit question.
I went into hysterics. I was like, because I just made fun of it when you did. When I said, no one's going to ask Claudio any questions, and you go, the UFC make us ask questions.
Can I be clear?
And then, and then you asked me a question, I was like, did the UFC make you ask me a question?
No. And to be clear, it's not that they make us ask questions like, hey, look, can you just like be sure that everyone gets a question?
You get like a sympathy question. I was like, that's why I started laughing. I was like, I'm getting a sympathy question.
No, I was obviously going to ask you a question. You're my fucking mate up there. I was me as well. What else? Like, anyway, I can't even remember what I asked. It was so autopilot. I was just like, look, well, here we go.
Autopilot answer too. Man, Frankie's got some fans.
Frank's got some fans. Did you see Chris Gutierrez when they did their face-off? He was talking a gang of shit to him.
That's like, not Frankie, man. Not
Like,
Frankie.
it's a bit like when Jake and Anderson fought. So what's Jake going to say to Anderson?
Yeah,
Well, just a bit.
it's just like.
But apparently, so 9 years ago, at some local show in New York, apparently they had some interaction, and Chris was like, I didn't forget, I haven't forgotten, and Frankie was literally like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Some guys just need it though. Some guys go out of their way to find a reason to get like wound up because they perform better. Like they need anything, and it's like with anything, you can always like find something in someone pissed you off.
Yeah.
Like, 9 years ago I watched you on the TV and you said this and I believe that. Like you can always find a reason to hate someone. You know what I mean?
So
some guys need it. It's like it's very easy.
And for you, it was his turtleneck. Claudio he wore that.
That set me off. If I'm being real.
I said to you,
I saw turtles and I was just like,
fucking. Yeah.
Nah, I'm like, he's just, you can tell, like, he's a young kid, bro, 26, this is like his first time in a big fight, in a pay-per-view, Madison Square Garden. You can definitely feel like he come off with a face-off, like, you know, like.
I even saw you go like, good job or something.
The Western Showdown, and I was just like, relax, kid, we got time. I was like, we're gonna do this 3 more times before we have a fight, you know what I mean? It's definitely something I picked off,
Go on.
like Jim Miller.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, because he's got one of the guys most UFC fights ever. When I was fighting Jim Miller, man, we had like the same thing, like ceremonial face-offs and this face-offs, and nothing. Like
there's no emotion.
I stare in his eyes like tense, and he's just like he was just like, I bumped into him at the shop, like he was just dead. And I was like, man, where's Jim? Where's Jim Miller? I've been watching on TV for the last 10 years. And then I got into the cage and I walked first, so I was in the cage. Jim Miller came out and I see him like walking, I see him get into the cage, he starts like storming back and forward. And he like looked at me just like boom, and I could feel the level of aggression that he was bringing to the table, and the level. Like he just had a switch and he flicked it. And I was just like, man, this is the guy with the most experience in the UFC, and I was like, he doesn't waste it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
the energy is there for fight.
What are you gonna do at a face-off? What are you gonna do at a weigh-in? You know what I mean? There's absolutely no need in like burning your own candle down for that. It comes down to fight night. So you can take like a little bit of everything from every fight, but that's definitely something I picked off one of the most experienced guys.
Jeez, I mean, it's a bit of a, like, you said, like, to the sub boys and stuff, that you've changed a lot for this camp, and from every time I talk to any one of you, it's like, oh, this camp was fucking serious. Like, David Adesanya kept saying you were eating glass. I don't know what that means, but he said that. But I just get the vibe from, like, even Israel this week, like, it doesn't seem like he's here for fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes fight weeks he can be pretty jovial. Like, he seems very serious and just very, like, switched on.
Definitely changed, like, like even the environment around fight week. He was saying, like, that's a big change. This is like his shift, not necessarily like my own shift. This is like his shift. Like last fight, it was in Vegas. Like, a lot of people came over. A lot of, obviously, like, your friends and family come over to support. But having like your friends and family around, not necessarily distracted them, but the vibe was changed. It's not like preparing for battle. It was more like chilled out. Like there's people come over to support are not cutting weight and getting ready to fight. Like they're there on holiday. Like they've spent all this money to come over.
They just had to watch the show.
They're in Las Vegas for the first time. They're coming to the UFC. It's not necessarily like they're there for battle. So maybe that changed the vibe a little bit. So for this fight, like it's like a war vibe. We obviously got the spot out in New Jersey, and all the guys are there. I think it's like damn near 30 boys staying at that house. But it's everyone there had something to do with preparing us for the fight. Preparing us for battle. Like, we've obviously got like physios and nutritionists and stuff like that, but those are still...
By the way, your nutritionist feeds you the best food I've seen anyone on a weight cut ever eat. Like, I saw you put a figure of eating chicken wings in a pool. I was like, this is a Roman emperor. It's like, it looked disgusting.
Gangsta ice cream. He knows what he's doing, you know what I mean? But yeah, like, everyone there is been getting us ready for battle, and it's definitely like changed the vibe and like changed the like level of intensity that we've had like coming into fight week. Like everyone we're surrounded by is ready for war. That's like the kind of vibe.
I'm going to admit something to you now that as a professional journalist or reporter I should admit, I was 2 seconds away from calling your opponent Carlos at the press conference, and it was only when someone was like, his name's Claudio, I was like, is it? Fuck, I thought it was Carlos the whole time.
Hey, Carlos.
Yeah, I was like, a question for Carlos, and then everyone on stage looked blank. But yeah, I don't know why. But so, what do you know about him, right? Like, you said, you know, everyone's just calling him the leg lock guy, but if it gets to a point where it's like, well, that's what he's known for, there's a risk I ignore everything else. Like, I can't just be fucking caring about leg locks all day.
You can't just be caring about leg locks. Like, he's definitely like when you take like the leg lock out of it, he definitely can strike. He definitely can grapple. He's very good at some positions, but I think the knee bar is catching people off. I feel like most leg locks that people attack for in mixed martial arts are like heel hooks, I'd say. So the knee bar is like catching people off. That's why everyone that he's hit it on has rolled. Yeah. Like everyone like Clay rolled, which he's anticipating a heel hook. So he's trying to roll his way out of a heel hook with a knee bar, so you're pretty much rolling your way into the knee bar. Right. So rolling is definitely like the wrong thing to do. So I think he is like very good at it. Like that's his jam, that's his guillotine, you know what I mean? Like my guillotine is my thing, you know? That's why he catch a few of them. But the people he was getting it against were doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, they didn't see it coming. Now you've got the blueprint to see it coming almost.
Yeah, like it's a submission that not many people are good at. Like there's very few people that roll for knee bars, so it's a weird submission to be good at. But it's definitely something that's been taken care of, and it's not something. But you can't get overwhelmed by it. I don't feel like he's a one-trick pony. I feel like this is I feel like he's gonna have to, like as he was saying, he's like, I'm gonna have to show.
Did he say that?
What's in my toolbox? Someone said that he said.
Okay. Do you
speak Spanish?
He spoke English.
Did he?
Yeah, he was in English. Do you remember?
I couldn't hear a thing though. That's why I was like laughing. I was sitting at the table and I was like, I can't hear a fucking word anyone
There was a bit where the guy asked this, he's like, what are you good at outside of fighting or something? And I was just watching you and you were just cracking up.
No. The question I was cracking up is the bro gets up, he jumps on the microphone and he goes, so is there anything that you're proud of that you're not, that you haven't told anyone? Because obviously online, like I see it, I think it's hilarious that everyone thinks he's gay. Everyone thinks that everyone's like Loki in the closet, right? There's like a notion.
The fingernails.
Because he's like, he doesn't hide it, you know. Like he's not. He's like I'd say he's like emotionally mature. Like he's very comfortable.
I think he's a new age grown man.
He's like a new age grown man where he's not shy about crying and painting his fingernails and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's like obviously the old school notion that he's you know what I mean? And then when the bro asks that, when he goes, so you want to come out of the closet? That's all I heard. It's like I broke into hysterics.
Even if you watch the MacLife video, I was filming Izzy and then I was panned to you because you were just like fucking dying. That caught me.
The guy was like,
Do you think that's what he was getting at?
that's 100% what the bro.
Well,
why would you ask him,
how are you gonna...
what are you hiding but you're proud of? Are you serious?
Okay.
That question I did hear. That was
Can you imagine if Izzy had just gone, you know,
yeah,
you've asked me, you've caught me.
You caught me out, mate.
Yeah.
I've been in the closet this whole time.
Isn't that funny?
Nah, he's definitely not.
Yeah, just to be clear. But isn't it funny that like him and Jones are like two alpha males, but the polar opposite of what it means to be alpha male. Like you got Jones with his guns and his fucking dog. Like anything he touches is a weapon. Apparently, his dog's like a crazy attack dog and stuff like that. And then you got Izzy, who's like fucking cartoons, painting nails, and yet they're both like the opposite of what it means to be like masculine. Have you ever thought that down? I can tell by your face.
I really have not.
I can
crossed
tell.
my mind, you know what I mean? He's just being himself. Like I know him day in day out. Like that's the funny thing about it. People like misunderstand like what being tough is.
Yeah.
They're like, being tough should be like this, you know.
Yeah.
You eat concrete and you don't cry and you don't do this. Like you can pick a lot. Like he's a very mature guy, you know what I mean? Can do all those things and still be like one of the toughest guys in the world.
It's kind of irrelevant, really, to toughness. Like to be able, I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on it, really, because I think the topic of like men should just talk to each other. I've never had a problem with talking to other men, so it doesn't really apply to me. But that is the new sort of conversation topic: is that lads should get. I don't know how this podcast turned into like an emotional. Are you alright? Well, now you bring it up, but I don't know. Do you think that's like? I don't know. What's your opinion on masculinity? Like, is there even one? It's just like you got to be yourself, and that's the end of the day. Unless you're shit, then don't be yourself. Yeah. Even I was like, where the fuck are we going? Managers over here be like, I thought this was a comedy podcast.
The boys are on.
Yeah.
The boys are on.
But
what I like as a fighter, what I like, because I'm aggressive. Like that's just in my personality. I'm comfortable in like an aggressive environment. Being aggressive is like something I'm quite comfortable with. So when you fight people and you can sense like they're nervous, I used to be like, man, this guy's like nervous. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. I'm gonna walk all over this guy. It took like a while to understand for me that like aggression and fear are the same thing inside that cage.
Yeah.
Like when you face off with someone and you can sense like the fear in them, fear, aggression, and aggression are the exact same thing.
Output.
When we have a fight, they're the exact same thing. Like if a guy's scared and gets aggressive, it's the exact same thing as a guy actually being a super hyper aggressive guy. You know what I mean? But that's like a common misconception that someone's scared, they're not dangerous.
yeah.
When someone's scared, like that's when they're equally as dangerous as someone that's like looking to hurt someone.
Yeah. With this fight, like, do you think there's a sense of, Izzy sometimes says it about the Roy Jones Jr. quote where it's like, y'all must have forgot. Do you feel like you're almost being just completely written off because of your last 2 outings. You know, there's sometimes you can take a loss and then you just bounce back and people don't even say a word about it.
Nah, it was like, it's the weight thing that like really set people off. It was like because obviously like going down in weight, there's like that's a common thing. Like I agree with it. That's why
Tune, by the way.
It's a good pub. It's a good pub. I agree with it, so that's why I understand it. Like I never, if you look at any of like the greatest boxing world champions in history, like they win a title and then they go up.
Yeah.
Like that's why I thought TJ's thing was so weird when he like won the bantamweight title and was like, I'm gonna go down. Like it didn't even really make sense to me. So I can understand the feeling and the notion behind it and the criticism. But I feel like if I hadn't have hit like that kind of bottom, then I wouldn't have made like the growth that I've made over the last 7-8 months.
Well, your explanation for moving down was always perfectly sound to me. Like you'd lost a couple of like critical ones at lightweight, so you were in a bit of limbo. So you may as well be in limbo at featherweight. Was your like kind of where you're going? Like you may as well try your hand at featherweight, and if you lose, you're in the same place anyway.
Closer to the title at featherweight than I would have been at.
I mean, even now, like the division's all over the place, but I don't know if we're going back down, are we?
Nah, not when I'm about to jump in the bath, and I'm really not looking forward to make 55.
Well, you're fucking eating chicken wings in the pool. That's what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, bang on the money. Also, we were going to do this at the mansion. We were going to do this at the manor.
Yeah. This pub talk has been penciled in more times than like a fucking Hitler moustache in a cartoon.
Someone wasn't able to Uber out to the manor in New Jersey. And I thought, I'm going to wait till there's a camera pointed at me and a microphone to ask you why you're unable to operate Uber.
Well, I can operate it just fine. I don't. They took my account away.
Just they won't
They won't let
they
me.
won't pick you up.
No. They banned me from the app, and it's like
How do you get banned from the app?
I can explain that. I remember the incident. But you can get suspended or you can get banned. They won't activate it again. Contest ball. But I was in our favourite place in the world, Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah.
You know, where you can get miscommunications with people, and this guy just. You know, it's a pretty simple app, I think. It's got a map where you take the car
I agree.
to. And yet, for some reason, he was really struggling with that concept. Because wherever the map was set, he was going elsewhere. I was trying to go to the gym, because I'm an athlete now. And then...
They're completely sober.
Yeah, I wasn't...
This is not how I thought this story was going to go.
It gets there. But I lost my rag. When we got to the gym, I lost my rag. I was like, "You're fucking taking me for a tour of the city, are you?" And he was like, "Oh, you know, I was getting lost." And I was like, "Well..."
There's a map, stick here.
Yeah, and then I was like, we were next to a harbour, and I was like, "I hope you get lost and drive into that fucking harbour."
So you got banned for like a death threat or something?
Well, not a death threat. I said, I hope. I didn't, you know, I will make you, but yeah, I was being a dick.
I hope.
I lost my temper.
They ban you for that?
I know.
That's a bit rough. What do they do?
Well,
like, he just writes, it's like word against word or video.
Also, there's Uber. Fuck you.
But you don't even.
You can't contact. There's no phone number. And it's like you turn your account off, you turn your app off. You don't even know you've been banned until the next time you try and use it. So then I'm sat like a fucking idiot.
Forever. You're banned forever from Uber.
Literally try it right now in front of you.
Now that you pulled out your phone, I got another story.
Oh god. Yeah, look.
This guy. I'm gonna show you the camera.
Send me it and I'll put it in the video.
Okay, this guy. So the other night, this would be, what day are we now? Friday. It would have been like Wednesday night. We get like a knock on the door out on the manor in New Jersey, which is like an hour and a half drive from here in Manhattan. We had like a knock at the door and there's like a guy there. Frankie saw him and he opens the door and he's like, "Hey, how you going?" And the guy was just like, "Oh, this is blah blah blah." He's like, "Oh, I was just wondering if I could meet some of the guys." And he had some pizzas. And he's just like, "Well, you know, like I brought some pizzas. Like if I could meet some of the guys, that'd be cool." And he goes, "Oh, I'll take the pizzas, but you can't like meet any of the guys." Also, we're very easy to poison, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. You ate the pizza?
Bro, half of them ate it. Like the message was like, "If you're fighting, don't eat the pizza." I was
the
like,
rest of you,
I was like, I'm not going to eat the pizza anyway. But anyway, the rest of them smashed the pizzas back. But the guy was like,
his pizzas and you didn't even let him in. To have it all.
why? You let one in you know, he's going to go out there and be like, hey, you
Then
just bring him pizza and you can meet us around the Sangha. Like,
And then bring your autographs.
but the guy said, oh, I just lived down the road. You know, that's why I knew where the place was. We come in yesterday, the same guy here in Manhattan, like, and saying like, what's up to some of the boys, and his excuse then was, oh, I just work around the corner and I come down.
Odd coincidence.
It's an odd coincidence, but he's here like today again. So this guy is obviously like some kind of super fan.
Yeah, do you think, mate, well, first of all, he's certainly watching this, if he is.
Yeah, I don't think about that.
You didn't get it?
Yeah, but I'm going to be long gone, so by the time that he like finds out what room I'm in and knocks on my door and Jeffrey Dahmer's me, I'm going to be like way out of it.
For future reference, just play it cool. Just play it cool.
Just play it cool.
Don't show up with the
Play
pizzas.
it cool.
Now, I have to remove that whole segment or we incriminate
Yeah, it is good though.
Yeah, it was funny. It's fucking good to see you, buddy. See, I've really laid back on the drinking. I haven't been drunk for 4 weeks.
You haven't had nothing.
I haven't been drunk for 4 weeks. I've had a couple of beers.
Yeah, but under 6.
Oh yeah, I've never.
Had 2.
This will be my first time having 2 in 4 weeks, and I'm only having 2 because I didn't
It's
realise.
good work. Why is it, I don't know why, because I saw like the clip of you and another guy in the gym.
Oh, when I was winging him
Just
from
like absolutely unloading on each
That's the
other.
guy I'm fighting.
Oh no shit!
Yeah.
Fuck, it's gonna be a cracker then. I saw that clip and I was like, this is gonna be. I was like, man, he's doing it.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna ask, like, I'm happy. I'm so proud that you're still in the fight.
Well, first of all, can I make it very clear that I do not consider I've never seen anyone less impressed about, hey, I'm having an amateur fight than the pound-for-pound best in the world, Alexander Volkanovski.
What did he say?
I was in Abu Dhabi. He was like, how's things with you? I was like, yeah, good. I was like, my fight's in 2 weeks. He went, cool, yeah. So we're just going over here. I was
Didn't give a fuck,
couldn't give a fuck.
So come on, boss.
Yeah, come on, buddy. But so that made me laugh, and I think that does drive it home. But I'll say, in terms of proudness, I've been training since May because it got postponed, so it's like 25 weeks, and I'm proud that I was able, like, even going on the road like every other week. I found a gym. I paid a month's membership to use it for a week everywhere I've gone. It's cost me like $3,000 this fucking thing, just to train on the road. To get beaten by a 20-year-old.
Because Eugene runs Alta back home, like he does it out of City Kickboxing. Like, so you can start like sign up to it, come into City Kickboxing, and like Eugene will coach you, like Frank, like the same coaches. When I come in for a session, the Alta guys are finishing.
Yeah.
Like my pads are straight after Alta.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a crazy opportunity. Like what else can you do that? What other sport in the world can you just, I don't know, any other famous coaches? This is like where my analogy is gonna get fucked up. Is that say a famous coach?
What happened there?
But you know what I mean? Like you can't walk into Manchester United and walk on the pitch and just be like, oh yeah, start kicking the ball around. They're gonna tell you to fuck off. You know what I mean? You can't walk into an NFL team. You can't walk into the Denver Broncos, start like chucking the ball around and just be like, so do I use my right arm?
Is it with a flick, is it?
Do I use my left arm? And like the Denver Broncos coach me is like, well, this is actually how you do it. But you can walk into a gym, Eugene Bierman, who's the pound for pound coach of the 2 best pound for pound guys on the planet, is going to be like, so you put your hands here and you go like this. Like, he actually shows it's a crazy opportunity.
The funny thing is, I was talking to Huge about this yesterday, because I took the opportunity to be like, what do I do? But he was like, it's his favourite thing. He was like, the Alta is my favourite thing because he was like, I get to give someone the best gift I know, which is give them the experience of testing themselves and all that. Yeah. He was like, I get to give that. He's like, I love it.
Oh, 1,000% as a coach, like that's my favourite level. Like,
yeah, I was going to say, remember when you told me, like, I love it.
It's my favourite level, like first fight, because you see like the tension is there, the nervousness is like it's incredible. Like, yeah, once I get to this level, it's my job. Right? I've been doing it for a long time. It gets boring. First fight though, everyone's friends are there, everyone's family's there. The nervousness.
I've hidden it until now. I've basically tried to keep people from
that's not the fun of it. You're saving some chips, brother.
No, you reckon
You're saving some chips. You're throwing a few chips across the line and you're saving the rest. You gotta chuck them. You gotta chuck them all on the table. We're going all in, baby.
Let's fucking go! Oh, let's go! Right, that's it, he's doing. No, but I appreciate it. And in fact, you said something to me yesterday that I'll take with me. You were like, look, because I was saying, you know, I'm a very self-deprecating person. It's very hard for me to be like, yeah, I'm going to go in there and fight this guy. Because I'm like, I'll probably slip or something. And you said that all goes out the window when you're in there. When you're in there, it's just who you are at your core. Comes out. Yeah. And I believe you said you're either a jelly bean or you're not, which I was like, interesting, but okay.
You see it, like, it's hard for people to understand, but like, obviously toughness can like slowly be built over time. Like, if you are committed and you show up to the gym every day, like you'll be tougher when you started because of doing this, right?
Yeah.
Every session is hard. You work.
Very motivating to do.
As you're drinking beers, this is. My words are going out the window, but you slowly get tougher. But like who you are as a core person inside, like will shine through. There's no hiding in the cage. Like, you either got it or you don't got it. It's such a simple sport. That's why I love it.
I look forward to FaceTime you after, be like, we'll see through two hands.
It's funny for it because I go to the altars. Like I'll go to the altars. Like the boys will go to the altars. And I will stand in the corner and I'll just yell the worst shit at people. I'll just be like, stand it up, ref! Boo! And like the guy's family will move you in front of me and they're all like stand up, like look around and they're like, they just see me doing it and they're like, yeah, what do you say? You know what I mean?
We were at a house party and this guy was there and he's like a university house party. And this guy's like, have you seen this guy? We're like, I don't know who that is. He's like, well, he says he's coming to this party to beat me up because I threw his shoes out the window or something. I was like, oh, okay. And then me and all my mates were like, tell you what, mate, that geezer comes here, we fucking got your back, son. Like, if he comes here, we fucking got your back. About 10 minutes later, this guy walks in, he's like, have you seen this guy? I'm here to smack him up about my shoes. And we went, listen, if you want to beat that kid up, we don't like him, we've got your fucking back, mate. And then the two started fighting, and they both look up at us, and we're like, go on then. And then we were like, kill him! Kill him! We weren't very nice at 20.
Throwing him in the deep end.
Yeah, but and I think one of them was American, so we were just going, Obama! Like anything to USA. I hate that chant, bro.
How did he? I heard it. Fuck, I was like, it was funny at the press conference, like picking the people out. Like I saw that guy. Whaley was speaking Chinese, and the bro tries to start the USA chant, and he's just like gets a couple in, and he's just like USA, USA, and he goes USA.
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing worse than a chant dying on its ass.
And I was just like, oh brother, there's not enough beers going around for this venue.
And you know his missus is with him, and she's got to drive home and be like, do you remember when he tried to start that chant?
Dickhead. Yeah. Wait till you get in the car. Yeah. Dickhead.
Driving a nun. After this fight, you mentioned this fight. See how quick I can fucking turn this back into pro.
That's why you're the professional, brother.
Well, yeah, no. And I love that like people keep trying to throw that on you now. Like, you should be an analyst. You should. And you're just like, I don't give a fuck. Nah, that's all right.
I'm going to not do that.
But you said this one's brick by brick, right? So are you looking at this point as a total career reset, like, hey, brick by brick, I'm back at the bottom, I'm gonna work my way up, or you're like, fucking get this guy out of there, and then we're back to the gate cheese and the people like that of the world? Like, just this one's a little reminder to let them know, and then I'm back to the top already, or is it like, I'll work my way right back up if I have to?
I feel like it's a complete reset. That's
probably a healthy way to look at it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a complete reset. Obviously, if the fans start to like that, that's like how it will come. That's how it will like naturally build. I feel like this fight, obviously not looking past him and stuff like that, but I feel like it's.
But looking past him.
I feel like it's a complete reset of my career. I feel like I'm in the best physically I've ever felt. Like obviously restructuring my camp and everything like that is. I'm in a great place, like investing in my training partners and my coaches and stuff like that. But definitely looking at it as like a complete reset. And I feel like this is like a foundation. Obviously, it answers like a lot of questions. It's like the thing that Tony didn't answer, right? Like the question after a couple of losses like gets asked like, does he even belong in the ranking? And Tony won't answer the question. Like Tony is just like trying to fight up or like this and that. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to re-establish myself as a ranked fighter. Yeah. And I feel like that's what this fight does. And then obviously like things are only forward. If the fans go, nah, look, we want to see him fight another person unranked, cool. Yo, pay me this amount of money to fight these guys. Like, cool. Like, I'm cool with it. But yeah, definitely a reset.
Yeah. You know Tony Ferguson's at Harvard now?
What?
He's doing
What's he studying?
Business.
No shit. That's cool.
It is cool.
At high, how did he get into Harvard? What did that cost?
I don't know. But I just love the idea of the professor being like, does anyone have the answer? Yeah. And he turns his chair around and sits on it like he does. And he goes, I got a question. You're asking me all this bullshit. I got one other one. How come Habib ducked me for 5 fucking years, bro? And then like just insults him and talks MMA.
Cool, that's cool. I did business years ago at university. But yeah, like I've done like a little bit of studying as I'm fighting. Like I've studied, I got my real estate license in New Zealand.
Did you?
Stuff
Do you use it?
Nah, because I definitely did it. I had some time off between fights because I had like an injury at the time. I had a surgery. I got a scar over here, but I got my orbital fixed. So I had like about a month to kill before I could get back to training. So I was like, whoa, now I'm treading water and I can't train. I'll get and see what this is about. I love the industry, like the real estate industry is great. Obviously with the money that I get from the UFC and that's all invested in property and stuff. But that's something I would like to do after. But I realized at the time I couldn't like dabble in both. I couldn't. You can't be trusted with someone's property, like selling someone's property and then be like, oh, I'll sort it out after training. Like it's not. Like that's someone's invested.
Also, if you're showing
someone's invested like 20, 30 years into paying that thing off. Like you can't really fuck around with it.
But
So
also,
like,
if you show up after a fight, like, hey, this is your house. Oh, don't mind the blood. Yeah.
How much did you want for it again? Like, yeah, it doesn't work.
Is that another fucking toothpaste?
But that's an industry that's very cool. That's like another industry that I'm very passionate about. I love it. It's cool.
See, I didn't learn any quality skills like that at drama school.
Drama school. Bad.
Yeah, boy. I was in a movie once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's called 4 3 2 1. 4 girls, 3 cities, 2 days, 1 chance.
That sounded like 2 girls, 1 cup, but
I had to pay to be in that
4,
one.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
You had to pay to be in.
No. I was being facetious about 2
Did you
girls,
get
1 cup.
paid?
Yeah, I got paid actually. Good money as well for like 10 seconds. I had 2 lines.
You're back. Oh, you had lines.
I had 2 lines.
Why didn't you? What you had acting? You didn't like acting.
I liked acting, but the people in it are just so fucking shit. Like just. It's a weird thing to say, but drama people are the most dramatic people in the world. Like everything.
Drama people.
But you know what I mean? Like it's like everything's a fucking song and dance.
Where is this footage?
It's on DVD, boy. It was on Netflix for a bit.
Put it in here.
Oh, go on. Oh, nearly had off.
Scared him off.
Yeah, because we both pointed at the same time.
Like, yo.
I think that was weird.
Pub tour.
Yeah, pub tour. That's a couple beers. Yeah. Well, man, yeah. We've been going quite a while. I kind of forgot we've been.
Yeah, I gotta actually go and cut some weight.
You do.
What's the time?
7:30. Sunday, we'll do it again.
Sunday. We'll pencil it in.
Yeah. We do a lot of penciling in. That's like our phrase. It's penciled in.
Don't write in pen. I'm a pencil guy.
I understand.
Yeah. If you followed anything I do, I'm an ideas man.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean. Follow through is not my strong suit.
Yeah.
I love a good idea.
Yeah. Well, unless if the idea happens on the spot, I'll see it through to the end. But if it's like,
up there, boys.
No, boys. Fucking let's. But if it's
set them off.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to get accosted on the way out.
That's fine. We'll live with that.
Yeah.
It's better than the guy in the trench coat, which you've seen earlier.
He was in a trench coat.
Motherfucker's got a trench coat too.
What did he do to the
can't
pizza?
tell me. I forgot again that this guy's probably going to watch this. But I'm going to be in New Zealand. What's it going to be?
I just feel bad for him. He might be a really nice...
And then we get him like showing up at City Get Clock saying like, no.
Oh, actually, he's just on holiday around the corner.
I just stay down the road. No, you don't. You don't stay down the road. Stop using that line.
Right.
Where are you from?
Who are you?
Nah, they're weird, right? Like the people hanging around the hotel. Like usually I'm more than happy to like take photos of people and sign stuff and like that. But like the people here, they seem like they're not actual fans. They seem like if there's just anyone famous anywhere, like they'll just come to the hotel, stand outside, get you to sign something, and then sell it. Like that's the kind of people.
Well, I mean, if people have a literal booklet of fucking stickers, go fuck yourself. Like I hate that. Like
they're opening the book and like there's like 12 pictures and they're like,
or 10 gloves.
Yeah, like sign these, and you're just like, nah. Like, I want to think of a question I can answer them. Like, what's my favorite color?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, what's my favorite color? And see what they say.
And the answer to that.
I don't actually know.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, what is your favorite?
But what could be a question that I could answer?
Who am I fighting on Saturday? I guarantee some of the cunts might. Oh, you're not meant to say cunt on YouTube anymore.
Most people don't know. So.
Carlos Felipe or whatever.
That is like. Yeah. I want to win and get back to fighting people, and I have to explain who I'm fighting.
Listen, Gaethje was there earlier. He's looking for a fight.
We'll see.
I think that's something. But
We'll talk about that Sunday when I'm like this.
But not to believe.
We'll talk about this Sunday when you're carrying the entire episode on your back.
I mean, that one after.
I carried that.
Yeah,
I carry that. I'm not gonna lie. When I get into the pub, you're doing 360s, man.
Right. Thank you for the support, everyone, by the way.
See you Sunday. Question mark.
Exclamation mark.